Living healthy with a sensible diet and regular exercise obviously has some common sense benefits. But now a study has found a healthy lifestyle can reduce the chance of dementia. Dr. Joe Kostridge is here to break down the research for us. Good afternoon, Dr. Joe.
Oh, good afternoon, Tracy.
There's been so much research to better understand dementia. Could the answer be as simple as healthy living?
Certainly this research, and they looked at nearly 200,000 people of what they described of European extraction or heritage, and really just looked at the rates of dementia in groups who are deemed to be at high, moderate and low risk. And this includes a genetic tendency. And yeah, what they found is not, in some respects, rocket science. They found that there was at least a third lower likelihood of developing dementia in people who didn't smoke, who didn't drink too much, so they could have a drink or two, but not too much, who ate a fairly sensible diet and did some regular exercise. Now, this is not difficult stuff. This is not, really, I won't be, sitting at home thinking, I couldn't possibly do that. And we also know that those things are beneficial for heart health. They make it less likely to get diabetes. So you get a lot of bang for the buck with doing the basics.
Well, generally speaking, whatever your genetic history, is it pretty reasonable to expect an unhealthy lifestyle puts you at greater risk of all sorts of different health problems and vice versa?
Absolutely. The argument's about nature versus nurture, and it's both. Yeah, genetics are what you start with, and they are stuck. You are stuck with them. But it's not predetermined, with the exception, probably, of a few specifically genetic conditions. Most illnesses where there may be a genetic tendency, it is how you look after yourself that significantly, and I really underline significantly, changes the odds as to whether you do or don't develop conditions, particularly later in life.
All right, well, researchers say the study shows people at higher risk shouldn't accept they'll get dementia just because of their genetics. Are genetics the be-all and end-all, or is there always something you can do to offset the risk?
You can adjust your risk.
Yeah.
So I think that's really an important point. So if, for example, there's a strong family history of dementia in your family, OK, you can't run away from those genetics. But does that mean that it's going to apply to you? Not necessarily. And the fact is that, they found the not smoking, the eating sensibly, the exercise. And the other one that is important is exercising the brain, so keeping the mind active in whatever way is appropriate for you. All of those make it far less likely that you'll get dementia. Does it guarantee it can't happen? Look, no, but you can certainly change your odds. So no, we don't have to be accepting of any sort of deterministic type approach.
What evidence is there of other practices or treatments that impact the effects of dementia?
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of evidence, a lot of research at least, trying to find drugs for treatment of dementia, and none of them have been very successful. And in fact, there have been a number of that haven't even reached the market because they've been stopped in early stage trials. What we do know, and this is good news, is that the percentage of people with dementia is going down. Even though the total number is going up, that reflects a bigger population. But over the last 2 decades, the percentage of the population with it at an older age group has fallen from about 12% to 8%. So, things are getting better. It is the basics. It really is. I heard a talk earlier in the year that said once the baby boomers, and look, I think I'm in that category, eventually die out, we'll start to see lower rates because there'll be a lesser bulge of people. So stick to the basics.
All right, you're not quite there yet, Dr. Joe. Come on.
No, I'll be around for a while yet.
All right, we'll chat to you soon. Thanks so much for coming in.
You're welcome.